Okay, so this is my digital fuel injector pulse width analyzer. It's the first stage only, where I just have a 6502 computer, very basic computer, controlling 320 by 240 display. It's made by New Haven. It's got 65,000 colors and an 8-bit 6800 8080 type interface. Just go over what we got here. I got a 6502 made by Western Digital right here. Got 32K static RAM, 32K by 8. Got an 8K by 8 double EEPROM. Got some memory decoding ICs right there, all F series TTL. That's an 8-bit counter, which I'm using right now to divide the 24 megahertz crystal by 4 to get the 6 megahertz for the 6502, and an 8-bit test port right there. And I'm making this video because I'm about to rewire everything for 3.3 volt operation. Right now the volts going into the display logic is 3.3 volts, but I'm running everything. I'm running the computer at 5 volts because, according to the data sheet, I assumed, based on chapter 6.1 here, which you can find this on their website, New Haven's website, the preliminary specs for the controller chip controlling the display. Alright, I went on the assumption that says right there, characteristics of 3.3 volts with 5 volt tolerant I/O cells. Okay, making this video to show the problems that I'm having, and it must be that, as one person pointed out on the 6502.org, and by the way, lots of thanks to 8-bit and Garth, and also Nightmare Tony and a couple other guys there that pointed out some basic flaws that I had to start, and a lot of thanks to them, because I've gotten to this point because of the forum's help. So anyway, look, this point of this video is to show, before I scrap this part and rewire everything, what I'm going to do is get the 6502 can run at 3 volts, and I'm going to switch all the F series logic to HC, which they can run at 3 volts no problem. I'll get a 3 volt crystal, and I'm going to get a 128K by 8. I'm only going to use a quarter of that, but I can get one for a couple $, there, running at 3 volts, and also, instead of a double EEPROM, I'm going to be using a flash chip. But anyway, I'm going to have to rewire everything. It'll be a couple months before I get back to making some progress on this thing. But let me show you what I got so far. First, let me go over to software that I've written, and I started this project back in March, and everything's documented on the 6502.org website under the hardware section. But looks a little bright. But anyway, let me scroll through the software here. This is just the initialization part of the display, just sending data straight to the display. Okay, in this section right here, you see a delay, and the display it'll work only if that delay is there. And I'll show you what happens when I take that out. There are all my variables. That's where the software begins, and that's the main loop right there. All the rest are just subroutines. That's the init screen, which calls the clear screen. Alright. Draw a line. That subroutine's not done yet, but all the rest are. plot pixel, got to have a delay to work in that subroutine as well. And there's the delay. That's the only thing the delay is an return from subroutine. JSR and RTS. I tried a couple others, as I mentioned on the forums, LDX01 and then DEX, and a B&E, which Garth pointed out which is pointless. But he added up, and it was a total of 6 cycles. So let me just show you. That's the software that's working right now. I use that JSR delay, and this is what happens with the display. And turn it on. Alright, everything works good. Reset it a couple times. Works good. Okay.